Hi, so I'm going to be showing you guys just how I repot some plants that I got from the store today in these different pots. This one is about like a 5-gallon pot, about 12 inches across. This one is about like a 2-gallon, so it's about like 9 inches across. I'm going to be planting some rosemary in this one. This one I have some marigold in. Um, I also have one little onion plant that has some little roots in it that I'm going to plant in there with it. And also this one jalapeno pepper plant that I got. I'm going to just clean it up and get that fixed up and stuff. So this will be a repotting video for now. I had some seeds that I bought as well, but I will be doing that in another video. So let's go ahead and get started on making the soil. I just have some leftover Jiffy's seed starting mix. I bought 2 more of these at the store. They're about 12 quarts, I guess. This is probably the best thing that I've used for like the past couple of years for starting all of my seeds. They germinate about 95% of the time. I already have some seedlings started, but I need to add some more soil to those and fix those up. And I will show you guys that later. So, let's see what else I got done here. I'm trying this for the first time. It's Back to the Roots of Organic Potting Mix. It's all purpose, so you can do indoor and outdoor planting for herbs, veggies, fruits, and flowers. I got this because I needed to add some more fertilizer and like good stuff to my soil outside of just putting seed starting mix, which has the majority of the stuff that I need in there too. But this has fertilizer, worm casting, yucca extract, and some other stuff I cannot pronounce. But this is my first time trying this, so we'll see how this one goes, and we'll see from there. So I'm going to use this 2-gallon pot. So just go ahead and use it to mix my soil in there with the potting mix, and I'll dump that in this 5-gallon pot to fill, and I'll plant the pots in there, and then I'll repot the rosemary in here with the leftover soil, because that's the best way that I can do this in my apartment without making a mess. I also got this very more little just heavy duty pan that I can use to bottom water my pots and my plants, and I can use it just. So for now, I'm just going to pour the rest of the seed starting mix that I had in this little bag in here. I always try to pour a little bit more that trash over there soil, because I only filled up that much, but try to fill up more than what I getting a little distracted. But I try to put more soil in there because when I add water, it's going to kind of shrink it down anyways. So that will just help to make sure I just have enough soil without having to add more. So I'm going to fill this up about 2/3 of the way with this seed starting mix. And just any little clumps I get, I just separate. So that's how much is in there for now. And then I'm going to go through and add this organic potting mix. That was not as big as a hole as I thought it was going to be. Okay. A little bit better. Add just some of this. I think I just need a bigger hole. There. Let's fill up the other third of this pot. Okay. Put this stuff down here for now. And with this, all I'm going to go through is just mix it with my hand so the potting mix and the soil gets all blended together and ensures that my seeds and also plants that I'm repotting in here will have the nutrients and stuff that it needs. Sometimes there's these big old sticks in here and I just take them out. The soil is very aerated, so it's not super compact. That's just as it's dry for now. I think that is good. So this is what it's looking like. The white little pebbles are pure, what's that called? Pure light. And then just make sure that the soil can stay aerated and also retains moisture whenever you soak it. I'm going to move you back here. Take the plants out of here. Ooh. My one little sad onion. I just did my nails yesterday too. I probably should have did this with some gloves, but it is what it is. I will clean my hands after. So I like to layer this like this. And then I'll go through and add some water just so I can soak up the soil. Not too much, but this is just so I can dampen the soil. Okay, that's good to mix through. Go ahead and add the rest. Dusty. You just keep mixing and mixing until the soil is dampened through. You don't really feel any super dry spots, but you don't want it to be all super soaked and mushy and clumpy either. So, like, good consistency like this is good for the most part. So, one of those buckets filled this up about halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and do another round. And then we'll get to the repotting. If you ever see me make weird or disgusted faces throughout the video, it's literally just because I am a texture sensory person. I don't like stuff on my hands too much, but trying to break myself out of that by, I don't know, I guess what you would call DIY exposure therapy. Just get into the use of putting my hands into stuff that feels weird. Especially with like cooking. I really don't like touching meat, but I love cooking, so have to anyways. Most of the time I am at the sink washing my hands and going through my knock and roll. Ridiculous, but it is what it is. So I got the second batch of soil mixed in for the most part. I just skipped a step and just added the water in here. Um, okay, now that I got half, I'm going to go through and just make sure the rest of this dry soil in here is mixed in and add a little bit more water. Okay. Now I only have about an inch or two soil left in here. I'm going to leave it in here because I am going to take out the plants, repot them, and then I'll put the soil around them. So this can go to the rack. Alright, my pepper plant is going to go in the middle. So, dig deep enough hole for it to go in. I like to loosen up my pot like this. I'm trying to get this out of here. I don't know why I stuck this in here. So complicated. Okay. Anyways, I like to loosen my soil in the pots up like this so the soil gets a little bit loosened. I don't care if the extra soil gets inside of here. It is what it is. These are the roots. Ooh. Can't really see that well, but these are the roots of the pepper plant. So I'm going to loosen it up and try to zoom in if I can. Just loosen them up like this. You don't really want to disturb the root systems too much, but This is just so they can grow, stretch. Tomorrow I'll go through and we'll prune them and we'll clean up these plants. Right now, this is enough shock therapy to them to be messing around. So, plant it like this. That old leaf already came off. Plant it right in the middle. Next, I will do my onion plant. I'm just going to plant it. I'll plant it on this side. Here. These really don't have to go too deep. Okay. Pepper in, onion in. Once I add this extra inch or two of soil, it will help them. And I will probably cut these off tomorrow so they're not flopping over and it gives it a chance to grow a little bit better. Now it's time for a marigold. You need to go over there. I'm gonna plant it right here since it's a little bit more space. The reason I'm planting the onion, pepper, and marigold together is this year I'm trying to work better on doing companion planting for getting the plants the best chance at having nutrients through the different nutrients that the different plants give between each other, like nitrogen and stuff like that. And also for pest repellent because I am not messing with these bugs this year at all. So the onion and marigold will help. Dang. Okay. Not deep enough? Should be. No. The onion and marigold should help give the pepper some nutrients that it needs and mainly help with pest control. So pop that in there. Tuck the soil around it, in between it and the pepper plant again. Yep. I may plant some more onion seeds eventually, maybe in like a week or two, around the outer edge where these onions are, where that onion is, and go from there. And I might plant one more marigold around here, but for now we'll see because I don't want to take up too much space in this pot. So now I will add the rest of this soil. Some around there. And I'll add the rest a little bit around here. All right, that looks good. Clear up some of this mess over here. I will most likely save these pots because I can just reuse them. This little pepper plant, I'm just gonna stick this in here just so I know whatever I potted. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and redo this pot. I'm going to repot the rosemary that I have in here, and I'm going to plant 2 different beans. I could fit probably 1 or 2 bean plants in here, so I'm going to do it bush beans. My camera's flipped into green bush beans and something called top crop. So we'll see how either of these ones do. I'm not going to plant them now because I'm going to probably soak these overnight. Maybe. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that first. Either way, I'll get these planted tonight or tomorrow and get those in here. But for right now, I'm just going to do the rosemary and see how I feel about that. I'm only going to do a little bit of the seed starting mix in here because I'm not planting seeds at this very moment, but I know that I will do that in a little bit. And so mainly I'm going to be using most of this potting mix for the rosemary. Definitely need to clean that later. Yeah, I can add the rest of this in here, I guess. See how I feel about that. I need some more water. Because the soil is sorry, so dry, literally the water mainly just soaks right to the bottom of the soil, so it's really more damp towards the bottom than it is at top when you're mixing this through. So you definitely have to make sure you get towards the bottom so you don't just have compacted wet soil down there that hasn't been mixed in. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put the rest of the seed starting mix in here. for now. And a little bit more of this potting mix just so I can fill this. Okay, that's good for now. This rosemary I'm going to plant right on the edge just because I will probably be planting my beans in here a little bit later. So I'm just gonna make deep enough hole kind of right along the edge, probably like an inch and a half of soil between the actual wall of the pot and where I'm putting this plant. So just loosen. And this rosemary smells really good. When you do that, should just come right on out. This one was definitely needing to be repotted. You see these roots getting a little bit of root bound. They're a little bit dry, so just going to loosen them up. You hear they're crunchy. Loosen the soil up. Just stick this right on in. I'm just digging a little bit of a deeper hole to kind of put this in a little bit. Okay. This is also my first year. Well, not super first year, but kind of mainly first year that I bought transplants. The majority of the time, I try to start my stuff from seed just because I like to see the different stages and I like to see just how much my little tiny apartment garden can grow, what stuff I can germinate, and what stuff I suck at trying to grow. So, this would be my first time working on doing transplants for majority. Well, I shouldn't say majority, about half of my plants, should I say. Okay, and I'll plant my bean plants like right here and leave that for there. So right now I'm going to go wash my hands again. Okay, the only thing I'm going to do now is just going with some water and bottom water the base of these plants And trust, this is the only time that you will see me top watering. Um, Only because I don't feel like bottom watering at this moment. But any other time that I need to water, these will be going inside of this little pan and getting filled up in the bottom. I'm only doing this just so I can make sure it gets directly to the roots and all that good stuff. I was looking for something, but you know, I'm just gonna use my hands. And I will go back and wash my hands again. Okay, these are the plants. Oh, let me focus. This is my rosemary plant that I just repotted. Look very nice. These are gonna go outside. There's the onion, my pepper, jalapeno pepper, and then my marigold, which already has one flower and it has like a little bit more flowers coming in. Right here, and there's one right here. My jalapeno plant looks like it has one little fruit coming in right there, but or maybe it's a flower, I guess. Should I say? And another little flower right there. I don't know if I'm going to leave those or maybe prune those off depending tomorrow how I feel. I'll probably do a pruning video over these and just go with that. But right now, they're watered, repotted, and finna head outside.